Gustavo Fernandez, how you doing, sweetie? Dacob, I love your videos. Thank you so much. Uh, Alicia, wait, did you mention Maria? No, Marie Curie? No. When talking about Dior, I've just joined the stream and might be so wrong. But you're not talking about the lady who worked with. I'm brain dead. I need some sugar. I've been talking too long. I mean, I don't know if you spelled this wrong because she's the. Did she invent? Did she discover uranium? She died actually because she didn't know back then, but she died exposed to um, radioactive material, Madame Curie. But you're talking about Maria Curie, I think. You just spelled it wrong. I was surprised to see Marc Jacobs modeling for Givenchy. Do you think he could be joining the house? Did Riccardo Tisci leave? Because I'm not a fan of Riccardo Tisci, so I don't even follow. But I mean, if Riccardo leaves, maybe Mark will come. Who knows? But at this point, it's always the same. They're all mixing the cards. It's always the same people. Super annoying. Are you a fan of Frederic Malle fragrances? And which one is your favorite, Dacob? Kansas25 says, well, okay. I had an interesting talk with Emilio about this the other day. By the way, go check out Emilio's channel. Wonderful channel, perfume reviewer. Okay, I like Frederic Malle, but also not really long top. Maybe this is a topic for another video altogether, but Carnal Flower being the one I like the most of the range. Carnal Flower from Dominique Ropion under Frederic Malle perfumes. But I find it a niche, quality-wise, okay, great, but the way that the whole thing is packaged and sold for a specific type of audience, I don't like that type of audience. The way it's marketed, targeted to a certain type of person, that doesn't really sit well with me. But if I take all that away, just the smell of the perfumes alone, I do recognize the quality, and I do recognize the potency, and I do recognize the work that went into them. I really see it. I see it and I can smell that out, and that is actually really, really beautiful. And Carnal Flower I really like, even though I did not buy a full bottle, like a 100 ml or a 50 ml bottle yet, because I have my reservations still. I'm on the fence about that one. Any thoughts on Creed fragrances? They seem a bit too designer and fresh for the complexities of Dacob's refined nose. No, listen, I mean, I don't know. I'm really not a snob, you guys. I mean, I just smelled so many things in my life, tried things out. Like, I've come to a point where, like, I know what I love, and there are things that I can still discover, and I'm all open for discovering stuff. But then there are things that I'm just like, okay, well, let's move on. let's stick to what we love, what we appreciate. Creed has been around for a while. And has a very big legacy, very big tradition. I have an issue. Their bottles to me are terrifying. I really don't like those bottles. When I see those bottles, I just don't want to touch them. And I know this really sounds snobby. Yeah, I admit. But a bottle, like the eye, my eye is very important to me. Of course, the smell is super important, and I need to smell things. I need to smell good. But the eye is so important. When I see something, I need to it has to have a tactile quality to it, so that I want to actually experience it through touch. Creed bottles, I really have an issue. They just look so cheap to me. So that already pushes me away. And of course the price. But this whole like millésime concept that they also have, and this also special and that they created for kings and queens, and that it's like super hype and there's a lot of quality going in. Beautiful, great, thank you very much. But there's so much that I still need to think through and discover, that we'll get to it when the time is ripe and when the time is right. I don't want to push myself. You know what I mean? When I'm good and ready, Creed will still be there. After I'm long gone, Creed will still be there, I'm sure. I'm sure that they're not going to be one of those first perfume houses that kind of just disappear from the face of the earth. So there's no rush. There's no hurry. I still haven't been able to elaborate your accent. What is it? Really? Oh, okay. I'll take that as a compliment. Uh, Melly says Halloween video again with Chucky. Emilia says not silicone on the cover of Vogue. Samuel, hi, how you doing, sweetie? Your new hair looks so good. Lots of love to you, Dacob. Thank you so much, Samuel. Yes, thank you. Well, it's not new. It's just been growing for months. The last time I cut it was in January. So since January, I needs to go to the, hairstylist. Sam says, do you think trans models are still being used as tokens? And if so, do you think they will ever be allowed to be really mainstream? I hope they will. I hope they will. And as I said, same applies, as I said before, skin color, gender, age, heritage, planet, whatever the heck you're coming from. Your sexuality is your own. And your gender is your own, or your non-gender is your own. I mean, if you're non-binary, you're non-binary. That's fine too. That should not be used as a token unless you don't want to use it as a token for yourself, if you're in that position, right? But nobody should have the right to use that as a token. But then again, you know how it is. A lot of people use other people. A lot of brands use other people, and they could use you as a token because you got amazing silicone boobs. They could use you as a token because you're tattooed all over your body. Yes, they can use you as a token if you're transgender and they think that kind of fits their marketing ploys and at the moment. Now it's up to us as the people to fight back against this. But how far are you willing to go? Because I mean, if you're the one being exploited, you might not see it that way. You might think it's a totally fair exchange, money for services rendered in some sort of way through image. But some gender fluid or transgender models have become really famous. And I don't know, I guess because I'm moving in that area, in that field of people, in general, like a mix of everything from gender to color, whatever. I really don't see it anymore as an issue. To me, everything is beautiful in its own way. At the end of the day, what really attracts me is the character of a person. Not what they have between their legs and not what they think about having between their legs. It's so superficial at the end of the day. Like what you have to give from the inside is really what counts. This might sound super cliche and boring to say, but at the end of the day, it's what really counts. Because after all is said and done, after you've had your affair with somebody, your one-night stand that turned into an affair, and then you go to dates, and then you slowly start developing a relationship, that what really, all those superficial attractions, infatuations of the beginning, all that, once that simmers down and goes away, what stays is at the core is an essential connection to the spirit of that being that you're connecting with. And when that connection is not there at the core, you will never be able to build a relationship. Never. Because everything else fades, but that connection doesn't. That's why you have to find that right person to connect with in that way. But again, that's just my, everybody has their own ideas about this. Gusharan says, today Chanel posted on Instagram about a mini sublimage cream, limited edition for $125. The link doesn't give the amount of product inside of the component. People are really unsatisfied. Ooh, I don't know about this one. I'll have to check it out. Apero, the Kilian perfumes. Not my cup of tea. I don't own any. Sorry. Andrew says, any thoughts on Coco Avant Chanel? That scene at the end when she sees her collection walking down the mirrored stairway is insane. Coco Avant Chanel. Meh. Especially given that the actress had something to say bad about Chanel. I'm like, then why are you acting her if you don't like her? Double standard much, I would say. All right, chats are through. I'm losing my brain. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I think we can close it here because I'm like getting really tired. Because I've been taking so... And you see, the thing is, I press my voice so much. I have to lower my voice. Because then I lose my voice. Like now when we're done with this, my vocal cords, I'm straining them because I always think the microphone doesn't really capture what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm boring you with this. It has nothing to do with like But yeah, it's irritating me. I irritate myself because I would have to lower the voice to not strain it as much, and then I wouldn't kind of lose the voice because it's getting. I keep pushing it. I'm sure Emilio could help us out there with the pronunciation of stuff and breathing because he's really good with music and singing, beautiful singing voice. And I need to learn breathing better, actually. I used to do breathing exercises, but I haven't been doing them for a long time. And then I tend to just press my voice out rather than kind of breathing while talking, preserving the voice. And kind of, I would be like Madonna if I would be singing, which I can't sing, but you know, like she would like lose her voice after like the first song on stage. That would be me. Has anybody seen Truth or Dare? You know how she's like just writing notes because she's not allowed to use her vocal cords for like a week or two because she lost her voice on stage. That's me, literally. I'm so not good at talking long. Breathe through the abdomen. You're a lovely person, Dacob. Stay well and safe. Thank you so much. I'm Lady G. Au revoir. You are never boring. Thank you, Daniel. Good chance says, bye, Dacob. I love you so much. I love you too, sweetie. Thank you. Thank you. Stay safe. Love from Australia, says Jessie. Yes. Sending love from Scotland, says Sam. Oh my God, we're from all over the world, you guys. Good chance says, much love from California. Train that diaphragm. It's muscle memory, girl. It's all about the diaphragm, says Emilio. There you go. Thank you guys so much. Melly says, love you too, sweetie. Thank you guys so much for watching, for tuning in. If you haven't already, but wish to, consider subscribing to this goddamn channel here on the YouTubes. SUPERDACOB also all spelled together on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Patreon. And by the way, for the occasion, I would like to thank all my patrons for helping, sustaining the channel, keeping it alive, because it really means the world to me, especially in these trying and hard times. You know, I think that in general, something that has never changed throughout history are the patrons of the arts. There's always somebody out there who wishes to sustain artists in their endeavors to find new ways to express because artists, we are mirrors. What we do is, what art should be is, you lift a mirror to society and you show the reflection of the society, of the societal norms of whoever's looking at you in that moment, and you're reflecting it back. And there's always somebody who wishes to support that, just to keep awake and aware society of the fact that they should never take for granted who they are, where they stand, and what they do. And they should always be prepared and ready to see themselves in the face. Because if they're not ready to see themselves in the face, that means that morally something is wrong in that society. And that's why art is so important. And that's why artists are so important. Thank you guys so much for watching. Never forget to never give up on love. Until next time, see you all soon. Love you. Take care. Bye.